What's up guys? Welcome back for another Dueling Network video. Since the new list last week, I've been testing out Geargias. There are a few different versions of the deck that you can play, that you can run. In this video I'll be featuring the Geargia OTK version between Geargias of course and Karakuris. It's unbelievable and ridiculous of how consistent the OTK is. And yeah, even without the OTK, the deck can make pluses like crazy with, for example, Gear Gigant X, Machina Gear Frame, and Geargiarmor. Anyway, let's get to some duels. This first game I had, I think it was yesterday, yeah, against a good friend of mine. He won. Yeah, he's playing Chaos Dragons, by the way. He won game one. He had the double Lila, and yeah, of course the Chaos Dragon spam. He quickly trampled me. Yeah, now he doesn't have a good opening hand. He probably has Gorse since he doesn't commit to the field. So I already opened with Geargia armor and some protection, so that's always nice. The best opening move in the deck. So I flip armor and search out Accelerator, so no Vealer on his part. And yeah, I drew into Birdman this turn, so that's already really nice. Wasn't needed. So a special summon Accelerator and special summon Birdman, bounce Accelerate and special summon Accelerator back to my field, then activate Armor's effect to put it face down, synchro summon for Bure, activate this effect, so he doesn't have Maxi or Vealer, special summon Strategist from my deck, activate its effect to flip Geargia Armor into face up attack position. So yeah, because it's flipped face up, I can search out another Geargia monster from my deck and add it to my hand. So I searched out Accelerator and special summon it in defense position. Again, yeah, the same moves. Going to synchro summon for another Bure, activate its effect again, and search out, I believe, my last Karakuri. Yeah, so the Watchdog, the level 4 tuner. I'm going to exceed into Gear Gigant X since I still have my normal summon. So I'm going to activate Gigant X's effect, search out Machina Gear Frame. Going to normal summon that to search out a fortress from my deck. So yeah, unless he has Gorse, I should have the game here. So I'm going to attack with a Gear Frame first. Yeah, in the chat that he says that he's bluffing Tragodia. So yeah, no Gorse, going to attack with Gear Gigant X. Still no response from him, and finally with a Bure, and now he's going to drop Gorse in attack position and a token in defense, so there's no way I can get over that this turn. Yeah, and he knows from game 1 that I'm playing Starlight Road, so I'm going to take the bluff, since I know that he's obviously playing Lila. Also going to set the Heavy Storm next to Torrential. Heavy Storm dead against Chaos Dragons, so it's not going to be big if he does have the Heavy Storm. Yeah, he's just going to set a monster, probably a Raikou, not sure. Yeah, just going to attack with the Gorse. Obviously going to Mirror Force that to protect Gear Gigant, so I can activate its effect this turn. Yeah, activate its effect to search out another Gear Frame. Yeah, going to normal summon that and activate its effect to search out my last fortress. Yeah, after this match, I changed the third fortress to Machina Cannon, which is the level 8. I think that's much better. So I'm going to exceed with both gear frames to another Gear Gigant X. Activate its effect to search out a Birdman, I believe. Yeah, just in case that he does have Fader for some random reason. Going to activate my first Bure's effect, so going to put that token into attack position. Then the second Bure, put his face down monster into attack position. And it's an Eclipse, so I'm going to special summon Fortress just in case that he does have the Honest, so I can crash into his biggest monster. And then into the battle phase, attack over his Eclipse, and indeed, it is the game. So yeah, he had a bad hand, as you can see, no Light Swords for the recharge. So yeah, since this game was really short, I have another game. This is a game I had also yesterday against also a good friend of mine. My opponent is playing Worms. I believe this was game 3 we had. Yeah, game 3. So again, I opened really nice. Opened with Geargia armor. And as I said before, the opening with the armor is always, it's pretty much the best opening move of the deck. Activate ability, obviously going to take that Solemn Judgment for some extra protection. Set the MST, set the Judgment, and set the Warning, and Geargia armor. So that sets up a lot of plays next turn. My opponent is playing Worms, by the way. Actually, yeah, a pretty solid deck. Yeah, the first match and this match were all by the new September ban list, so that's also important to know. So yeah, obviously he's going to take that effect fielder, really big against Geargias and Karakuris in general. He's just going to normal summon Doom Caliber. He's not going to attack, so yeah, he's going to end his main phase now, going to the end phase. So yeah, at the end of his main phase, I'm going to activate Effect Fielder. So now Doom Caliber has to activate negate the Effect Fielder. Yeah, I asked in the chat if he does have an answer that he just wants to set back row, for example, but he doesn't. So he's just going to pass his turn. So that's nice. So yeah, we know he does have the Veeler, so no choice. I have to flip the armor, try to search out an accelerator from my deck. Of course, he's going to Veeler that, so that is pretty big against Geargias again. Not able to flip it back face down. Yeah, he's just going to pass here. So we activate Armor's effect, flip it face down, and then manually flip it face up to search out, I believe, an accelerator from my deck. Yeah, normally an accelerator. Yeah. So now, yeah, I make a small misclick. I'm going to normal summon the accelerator since, yeah, if I special summon it, yeah, I can special summon it if I control another Geargia on my side of the field, and then I can special summon it in defense position. So this is a normal summon, just a misclick, so nothing bad. Going to attack over his worms. I believe he adds Xex to his hand, not sure, and attack for 1/1 damage. And then main phase 2 going to exceed into Gear Gigant X, and since he already burned one Wheeler, hope he doesn't have a second, so I activate its effect to search out Arsenal from my deck. So that's already a nice play for next turn, which sets up an Geargiarmor next turn. So yeah, normal summons Sex, obviously going to Solemn Warning that one to prevent his worms. Yeah, so now he's going to set one back row, obviously going to MST that. So now he has an open field. Unless he has, again, Feeler, Maxi, or Gorse, I should have the game in the bag again. So activate Gear Gigant's effect to search out, I believe, an accelerator. Yeah, an accelerator. So I'm going to normal summon Arsenal, tribute it to search out Geargia armor from my deck in defense position. Then going to special summon the special summon the accelerator, and yeah, the same moves as the last duel. Special summon Birdman, bounce accelerator, special summon accelerator again in defense position. Activate Geargia Armor's effect to put it face down. Synchro summon for Bure. Special summon Strategist from my deck. Activate its effect to flip Geargia Armor into face up attack position. Again, search out an accelerator from my deck. Yeah, I believe it's my last accelerator indeed. So again, going to special summon that. Yeah, it's always the same move. So synchro summon for another Bure. Yeah, that's Bure. So yeah, going to activate the effect to search out my last Karakuri tuner, I believe. Yeah, the Watchdog, which is level 4. So I'm going to, and he already admits, so no Gorse would have exceeded into another Gear Gigant to search out another Machina. So yeah, bad luck for him. Nice games. Anyway, let's get to the deck list. I've tried out a lot of different versions of Geargia for the past week. I've tried a more Karakuri based version without the Machinas. I've tried the Machina version and the pure Geargia version. Then I decided to try out the Machina Geargia deck with a few tuners like Birdman, Strategist, and Watchdog, the Karakuri tuners. The big advantage of this deck is that it creates advantage like crazy. The best opening move is ending with Geargia armor and some back row to protect it. Geargia armor is the powerhouse of the deck. It's pretty much the key card from the deck. If your opponent doesn't get rid of it within, let's say, the next 1 or 2 turns, you pretty much won the game, since you already got its effect off enough of times to have your hand filled with accelerators, for example. Geargia armor is also searchable with Arsenal, so you're basically playing 6 armors, which increases the chance of opening with 1. Geargia Accelerator gives you easy access to Gear Gigant X, since you can special summon Accelerator if you control another Geargia monster. And yeah, important to know is that Gear Gigant X is not a a Geargia monster, so you cannot special summon Accelerator if your only monster is Gear Gigant X. Yeah, also if you don't open with Geargia armor, then there's still Machina Gearframe that searches out Fortress or Cannon, which I recently added instead of a third Fortress. I think that this runs much smoother than before. Having that option to go for that level 8 Machina to discard it and special summon a Fortress from the grave is always nice. Opening with the gear frame is also an excellent opening move next to Geargia armor. And if your opponent does have Effect Feeler, he will probably activate it to prevent the search from gear frame. And that's okay, because the biggest problem of this deck, and Geargia in general, are the hand traps. Effect Feeler in particular. There's also Maxi against the Karakuri based version, as you saw, is special summon like crazy. And of course, Gore's Tragodia to prevent the possible OTK. And if they decide to effect filler your gear frame, that is nice for you, because that's one feeler less that they could activate later in the duel on your Geargia armor. Because as you saw in the duel, if you flip summon armor and they feeler it, you cannot flip it back face down that turn. So that hurts the deck a lot. Also, as you saw in the video, the OTK is basically you having a Geargia armor, an accelerator, which can be searched out by armor itself, and one tuner. So most of the time it's Birdman, which is searchable by a Gear Gigant X, by the way, or one of the Karakuri tuners. Important to know is that armor can only use its flipping itself face down effect once per turn. It does not reset if you put it face down with its own effect, so you can only activate that effect once per turn. On the other hand, searching out the Geargia monster from your deck is not restricted, so you can do that every time when armor is flipped face up. So that's a nice combination with the Karakuri monsters. Then of course the staples, Triple MST, Heavy Storm are definitely needed to clear their back row. I'm also playing a lot of traps. They are needed to protect your Geargia armor, and as I said before, being able to protect that Geargia armor for like 1 or 2 turns, the chances of you winning the duel will be really high, because of the huge advantage you will have over your opponent. You will have multiple accelerators in your hand to spam your field full with, for example, Gear Gigant X. I'm also liking that Tect XYZ Reborn, which can easily reborn a Gear Gigant X from your graveyard, and that's nice because then you can activate its effect once again to search out a machine type monster from either your graveyard or your deck and add it back to your hand. So I'm definitely liking that that random XYZ Reborn. All in all, I think that Geargias in general are definitely tier 1 material. There are a lot of different versions of the deck that you can run. So for my next Dueling Network video, I have another version of Geargias ready, which is not yet mentioned in this video. So definitely stay tuned for that one. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. If there are still any questions, you can any questions about the deck, you can always ask them in the comment section down below. And guys, as always, feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Litum signing out. Peace.